This is Wylie Finds Her Purpose, written by Fallon Brents, illustrated by Mark Thomas Eckel. My name is Wylie. I'm an Australian shepherd. I have a stubby tail that wags and wiggles when I'm happy. I love and protect 22 children at an orphanage in Guatemala. It's a big, big house called Casa de mi Padre. I was born in Colorado on Living Springs Ranch, where there are snow-capped mountains and tall prairie grass. I have 8 brothers and sisters. We slept on an old blue flannel shirt under the front porch. From our secret place, I could see chickens scratching in the dirt and cows grazing in the pasture. Goats ate grass and weeds beside the barn. Mother said we were working dogs. God made us that way. She said all working dogs have a special purpose. On cold spring nights, we heard coyotes with the yip 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 far away out in the pasture. On moonlit nights, wolf packs howled in the distance. Someday I would be old enough to protect the cows, the goats, and the chickens from coyotes and wolves. But not yet. I stayed in my hiding place close to Mother under the front porch. The days grew warmer and I got bigger. I barked and ran circles around the chickens, trying to herd them into the chicken house so I could protect them. But Rooster, the darn meanest one you ever seen, flapped his wings, jumped in the air, and chased me back under the porch. The chickens didn't need protecting. The rooster was doing a great job. When I saw that the goats were wandering too far from the barn, I barked, "Go back! Go back!" I circled the herd and nipped at their legs. But a billy goat lowered his head, butted me with his horns, and chased me back under the porch. The goats definitely did not need protecting. Feeling sad, I curled up next to Mother, who was taking her afternoon nap. "Mother," I asked, "will I ever be big enough to herd and protect?" "Someday, little one, someday, but not today," she answered. One warm spring day, a stranger named Shane came to Living Springs Ranch. I heard him say, "I'll take the little black one with the white feet." Shane looked down at me and said, "You want to go with me, girl?" I looked at Mother. She said, "It's okay, little one. Go with him. God will help you find your purpose." Mother licked my face. I buried my nose in the fur of her chest to smell her one more time. With that, I turned to Shane, danced on my back feet, and wagged my stubby tail. Shane put me in his truck. As we drove away, I hopped up on the seat, watched out the window, and said goodbye to Living Springs Ranch, my mother, the blue flannel shirt, and my secret place under the front porch. Shane is my best friend. He rubs my belly, ruffles my ears, and feeds me scraps from the table. He makes funny faces until I bark and howl. He will throw a squishy ball to me over and over again, till we both fall down laughing. Best of all, he takes me with him wherever he goes. Shane took me home to his house on Washington Street. He named me Wylie. Shane's job was to tell children about Jesus. On Thursdays nights we played games and ate pizza. I caught frisbees and played tug-of-war with old socks. The kids shared their pizza with me. I liked pepperoni with lots of cheese. We played until we were tired and ate until we were full, and the children sat on the floor to hear Shane talk. I always curled up at Shane's feet. I wanted them to listen so they could hear about Jesus. We were a team, Shane and me. I was happy at the house on Washington Street. As I grew older, so did Shane. He started talking about a place called Guatemala, where many children lived on the streets and had no one to care for them. "How about it, Wylie? Want to live in Guatemala?" I wagged my stubby tail and danced on my back feet. On the day we left for Guatemala, we drove to the airport. Shane ruffled my ears, gave me a hug, and put me in a special crate with some food and water. He told me, "I'll be waiting for you when the plane gets to Guatemala." Shane rode in the top of the plane, in the people seats. My crate was put into the baggage compartment below. A border collie sat in his crate next to mine. He said that he was going to Guatemala to work on a cattle ranch where he would help the ranch hands herd the cows. The collie asked me, "Why are you going to Guatemala?" I thought for a moment, remembered my mother's words, and said, "I'm going there to find my purpose." When we got to Guatemala, Shane was smiling as he took me out of the crate. Everything smelled different in this strange new place, and everyone spoke another language. After a long ride, we finally arrived. The big red gates of our new home opened wide, and Shane let me off the leash. I ran to find my spot on the front porch. This big house would do just fine. A few days later, an orphaned boy named Benito came to live with us. He was from a village far away where his parents could not care for him. He had worked every day shining shoes so that he could just make enough money to eat. One day he was feeling tired and climbed onto a parked bus so that he could take a nap. He laid down in the back of the bus and soon was fast asleep. He was so sleepy he didn't even wake up when the people got on the bus. He was still sleeping when the bus pulled out of the station. After several hours, the bus stopped. Benito sat up, rubbed his eyes, and found he was in a strange city. He had nothing with him but his shoeshine kit. The little boy was hungry and needed money for food, so he walked up to a kind stranger in the town square. "Shoeshine, mister?" he asked. The 3 coins that the stranger paid him were enough to buy 6 tortillas. Benito sat on the church steps to eat, feeling very lonely and scared. A hungry street dog came up and sniffed his tortillas. Street dogs don't belong to anyone. They eat food off the street. With his shoeshine kit in one hand and his tortillas in the other, Benito decided to find another place to sit. He sat next to a woman with a baby who was selling papayas. She scowled at him and said, "Vite, niño. Go away, little boy. I don't want my shoe shined." As Benito got up, a policeman walked up to him and said, "What is your name and where do you live?" Benito told him his name, but he couldn't explain where he lived. And anyway, what did it matter? There was no one who wanted to take care of the little shoeshine boy. When the policeman brought Benito to Casa de mi Padre and the big red gates opened, he was frightened. Shane and I were standing on the porch. Shane stooped down to look into Benito's teal-feared eyes. "Hello, welcome to Casa de mi Padre, house of my father. My name is Papa Shane, and this is Wylie." Benito thought I was a street dog. He backed away, holding tight to his shoeshine kit. "It's all right, Benito," said Papa Shane. "Wylie is friendly." Shane looked at me and said, "Wylie, give me a kiss." With that, I licked Shane's face, and then I smiled at Benito. The little shoeshine boy stretched out his fingers, stained black with shoe polish, softly petted my fur. I licked his fingers, wagged my stubby tail, and danced on the back of my feet until my whole body wiggled. Benito smiled back at me. These days our house is full of children. Many do not have parents. They are scared and sad when they come. All of them need to be loved and protected. When they play in the yard, I watch them from the front porch. When we go outside of the red gates to ride bikes, I run alongside to make sure street dogs don't come near. Out on the soccer field, I keep a watchful eye on strangers that pass by. And we go on picnics down by the stream. I run in a circle around my children to make sure that they don't wander off. I am a working dog. God made me that way. I am an Australian Shepherd. I love and protect 22 children who live in a big house called Casa de mi Padre. Finally, I found my purpose.